So after seeing 1917, I went and saw Just Mercy, the new crime drama, I guess we would call it, starring Jamie Foxx and Michael B. Jordan. This is another movie that I would put under the category of, God, I'm glad this movie's finally out, so I don't get this trailer anymore. I got this trailer a lot. Especially over the last month or so. Holy shit, man. I could not forget that this movie was coming out. And I was really severely disappointed when I found out it wasn't going to be released until January, where I live. So I meant I got the trailer even longer. Thank you. I'm not saying, again, it's one of those, movie didn't look bad at all. I was just tired of seeing the trailer. Again, it's the problem with seeing everything that comes out now, that I see the same exact trailers over and over and over again. I'm surprised I haven't seen the rhythm section. I got that, like, that's the number one movie I got. I've seen the trailer I've seen the most, probably. But yeah, other than being annoyed by how many times I got this trailer in front of movies, I was looking forward to this. It looked like your stereotypical Oscar bait-esque movie that comes out around this time of year, about some wrongdoings that a black man or woman suffers in history or something like that, and it's about like them trying to find justice in this world, or yada yada yada. You've seen these movies kind of 100 times before. Not saying that they're bad or they're spreading bad messages or anything. No, it's just, I've seen movies like these before. And I was actually really fucking surprised that this didn't even get Oscar nominations. You'd think this is the Oscars, like, thing. I mean, fucking, they gave Green Book Best Picture last year, for fuck's sake. So, I mean, why wouldn't this be, like, a fucking big front runner for Best Picture? I don't know. I guess maybe if the lawyer was white, maybe they would have... I'm just saying, I don't know. I don't, maybe they would have considered it then. I don't know what their thinking is. I quit trying to figure out what their fucking thinking is. It's like, it has, like, a all-star cast. It's like, this is, perfect for the Oscars. But whatever, like I said, it didn't get anything. But, I was curious about this movie, like, seeing if it's any good or it's just a meh movie. And honestly, I really fucking enjoyed the hell out of this movie. God damn, this was a movie that was an emotional roller coaster. God damn, it was. Man, this movie it was a goddamn great sit. I enjoyed the hell out of this movie. The acting alone carries this fucking thing. Michael B. Jordan, who plays the lawyer who's defending he is a Harvard lawyer who moves to Alabama, a black Harvard lawyer, again, who moves to Alabama, who decides to start taking all these death row inmate cases because he doesn't believe that death row is the solution, and that also that a lot of these people he finds didn't really be given a fair trial, because it's, I guess, Alabama and they're backwards. I don't know. That is one thing I'll say about this movie. This movie, I don't know how historically accurate this is. Like, I feel bad for Alabama if there's some historical inaccuracies in this. Because this movie makes like Alabama look like the shittiest place on earth, which I'm assuming Alabama is sometimes, but. God damn, it's like it is kind of hilarious. But, yeah, so he finds a lot of these cases, death row cases, have been, were tried with, improperly and everything else like that. These people were convicted improperly. and he ends up like helping these people along the way, and in particular Jamie Foxx, who was wrongfully accused of a murder that he had nothing to do with, was nowhere even near that situation, was at his house, but the cops, because the cops and the sheriff pretty much forced a inmate to admit that he did it, that Jamie Foxx did it. He is facing death row. He's facing the death penalty, and what's even crazier is that when he was put on trial, the jury found him guilty and wanted to put him to life. This is a true story. They put him, when they convicted, they found him guilty. They wanted to give him the sentence of life, but a judge overruled it and said he needs to be given the death penalty, even though, like, for no fucking reason. It's fucking crazy. It is a really crazy story. Like, this is, like, you look it up, and this did really happen. Like, to this guy. Like, probably the essential facts are true about this story. And it's fucked up. It's even crazier to think that this happened like in 1980 and not like the 50s or 60s. This is like the 80s, and like it was going on for the 90s. Like this trial to try to get this guy free went on for the 90s. But yeah, that Jamie Foxx, like I said, Michael B. Jordan's really great as this lawyer who's, man, puts himself in this pretty, after getting out of Harvard, decides to put him in this pretty crazy situation that most lawyers probably would say, fuck that shit. But he's wants to fight the good fight and help the common man and try to help people that have justice and like, and which that's great. Jamie Foxx is great. Obviously, he's a goddamn great actor. Who, this poor dude, you feel bad for him, like this, like him being wrongfully accused because again he's black in Alabama, and just because he's black in Alabama, according to this movie, you're pretty much fucked from the get-go if you're born black in Alabama, which I'm sure that is true. I'm sure there's gonna be people from Alabama that say that's horseshit. It's not always true. I don't know, but like I said, it's kind of funny how this movie portrays Alabama. I'll say that. That's pretty funny how this movie portrays Alabama. Alabama's like, man, if I were Alabama, I'd be so pissed off about this movie. But anyways, yeah. One performance that I thought was actually really fucking good. Honestly, I don't think a lot of people have talked about either of this movie. Is the fucking Vietnam War veteran who's on death row for putting a bomb on a woman's porch because like he had PTSD. He didn't realize what he was doing or something like that, and he killed this woman with this bomb, and he has like severe PTSD from being in Vietnam, and he was put on death row, and like his story is like really fucking emotional and has one of the most emotional scenes in the movie as a result from him. Like halfway through the movie, it's like fucking heartbreaking. Like that scene, that goddamn like the conclusion to his story is so heartbreaking and heart-wrenching that I just sat there like in tears. Like it's like I don't know how much of that is based off a real guy. If it is, actually take that back. Did it say at the end of the movie? Yeah, it did. It is based off a real guy. That is fucking crazy, and it's sad. And it like there a lot of pretty much they do give you an update of every person that this movie's or like character, like every person that is represented as a character in this movie, like where they are now, what's going on with them. But yeah, like they talk. I was like, God damn, this poor dude, and like it's heartbreaking. Honestly, you could have made a whole movie about him, and it would have been fucking utterly depressing. I might have wanted to slit my wrist after it, but fuck. But yeah, his performance was really fucking good. Even the guy who plays the guy who is the supposed witness of Jamie Foxx's murder, who's got like this weird thing going on like this, talking like typical Alabama. I'm just ripping on Alabama now. Okay, but he is really fucking good in this movie. He has a really good arc in this movie too. I liked his character a lot. His arc in this thing. I wanted to look more up about this movie and about this case because I believe this movie hints that it was on 60 Minutes in the 90s and stuff like that. It took over, it was a big national story about this guy and trying to bring this guy justice. And it's a great fucking story. It's crazy that this shit really did happen. This guy got convicted this way and had to go through all this. And man, fucking, like I said, I don't know. It is funny if there is anything of, like I said, complaints. I don't know how historically accurate this movie is. I'm sure they exaggerated a few things, even when it comes to some of the racial things that the people in Alabama were doing. I'm sure we're a little exaggerated. I'm sure it isn't always exaggerated, but I'm sure a little exaggerated just for effect, movie effect. I'm kind of curious as I'm sitting there, I bet you that didn't really happen that way or this way or whatever. But yeah, like I said, I like this movie a lot. I really did like this movie a lot. Honestly, it was a really good, really great double feature watching 1917 and Just Mercy. Both really fucking good movies. Go fucking check them out. Both of them. They're really good. What do I got next? Doolittle. that's my next fucking movie. It's Doolittle. Doolittle. We got Jojo Rabbit. I gotta see that sometime in the next few days because it's gonna be leaving after Thursday. And Bad Boys for Life, duh. And also, I'm gonna try. I repeat, between now and February 9th, which is when the Oscars are, I'm gonna try to watch a bunch of movies that are nominated for the Oscars to see if the Oscars are right. And picking these movies and not stuff like Uncut Gems or Rocket Man or whatever fucking movie that everybody's bitched about. Like I said, I'm gonna try to watch. What I said I was gonna try to watch. Like I said, I'm gonna watch Jojo Rabbit. Marriage Story. The Two Popes. Judy and Pain and Glory was the other one. Yeah, I'm gonna try to watch all four of those. I'm gonna try to watch Parasite, but it depends on if my theater gets it. That's a crapshoot, so I don't know if I'll be getting it. But I will have reviews of those. I'm hoping, trying to do reviews of those before the Oscars, and also before I do my best films of the year list, which I gotta be starting doing here in a bit. So until then, I'll talk to you guys later.